I ain't let go. I'ma hold mine. Had a plethora of chicks, but for her.
Good morning. This is Sister Gorell, IntellectualRadio-Podcast. I am your host, Talisha.
And I'm your co-host, Khadijah. Welcome, everybody.
We have two guests that are running late, TC and Bob. I'm calling you out right now from the TC and Bob show. Earl cracking up. Are running extremely late, black folks as usual. So we're going to kick it off with Michael Ballard first. Before we do, we're going to toast up to health and wealth. Sister Girl Radio, we believe in that. With your water, Michael.
All right.
So today's show is called Making Him Wait. So today we're going to talk about couples that have waited to have premarital sex, couples that don't believe in it. We're going to talk about sex. All these. Recently, I was telling Khadijah the other day, about a year, not even a year ago, about 8 months ago, I was on my live just having a discussion, and I found out that men fake orgasms.
Yes, they do.
Khadijah.
Yes, they do.
Did you know about this prior?
Yes, I did.
I did not know that. So we're going to dig into that. Michael, we're going to talk to you about that too. But, but right now, we're going to talk about you and your wife. So prior, when you guys were dating, you waited a whole year, you told me. What made you guys come to that decision? And introduce yourself as well before you start talking.
Shout out to my wife, first of all. Siobhan Ballard at home. Love you. And I am Michael Ballard. I'm a producer, writer, director, spiritual counselor, leader. I make gyros on Tuesdays. I do a little bit of everything. So yes, we had a great show a couple of months ago.
We did.
And the topic came up about waiting to have sex. And so first of all, just to let you guys know, we always say the biblical answer is you're supposed to wait before you marry to have sex, right? But don't nobody really tell you why. They just say you're going to hell. God don't like it. They give you all these reasons why, but nobody really breaks that down, why you should wait. And so I went on a journey. God has took me on a self journey through trial and error. Free will is a mother sucker, boy.
Yes, it is.
And so I learned so much on why it's important to wait to have sex. Okay. And it's really more when you really understand God, he was really looking out for us on a whole nother level because, I'm going to say for me, I'm dumb. I don't know how this life works. I be still trying to figure some things out at 41 years of my age. And he said, you know what, you working too hard. I put it down there so you can really understand it. So when me and my wife met, I've known her for 8 years, right, before we even started dating. And even though I was a spiritual leader, I didn't really necessarily plan on necessarily waiting. It was just something that kind of happened because of life, right? When I first got out of a relationship, and she did too, I was getting to a point in my own life as a guy, and my wife always cracks up about it, where I was tired of having sex. I was tired of sex. It lost a lot of that lights, glamour, and gold that the world tells you about sex. And I started really understanding about it. And so last relationship I had before my wife, I really wasn't interested in sex anymore. Because at that point I felt like that was the only thing that relationships were good for, was just to have sex. And I'm like, it gotta be more than this. This is, and I talked to a guy, and men, they say this in the beginning, but in its natural essence and form, sex is boring.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm gonna break it down. I knew somebody was gonna say
please break it down. How is sex boring?
Because now, in the beginning, it's exciting, and it's not because of the action, because it really boils down to friction and orgasm. That's the basic down to what sex is: friction and orgasm,
and the connection.
Well, we're gonna get there.
Okay.
I'm talking about in as far as the natural foundation of it. The connection only comes from you having a connection, because men can have sex with you, ain't no connection there. They can care less about you. When I told my wife about in domestic violence, some women feel like, well, we having sex, that means something. I'm like, a man don't have to like you at all to have sex with you.
Absolutely not.
So
we don't either.
Right. So that's why the connection is optional.
Okay.
So when you really start understanding the foundation of what it is, you need way more to sex than just friction and orgasm. We agree. And that's the part that nobody talks about. Nobody teaches. Music don't teach you that. What Drake say, all I need is one. That's all. That's it.
He just need one time, and that's
it's
fine
good
with
enough
him.
For him.
That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying? And so that's what the whole culture does. It just throws in this friction and orgasm. And after so long, and when you get to a age, and we kind of talked about it off air, you need way more than that for sex than just friction and orgasm.
That's where I'm at.
And people start thinking something wrong with you.
Yep.
Because if sex was this exciting thing, why aren't you having it?
Yeah.
And you're not having it by choice. So that's what I mean. The natural foundation.
Was that like a personal thing, Mike? Did you come in for
the contenders just haven't been, up to par. So that's really what it is for me.
And that's what a lot of people, and for me too.
Yeah.
I just was like, that's it. You get to the point where you're like, okay, I need more than friction and orgasm. I need something that sustains it. You know what I'm saying? And so I was already there when I met my wife. And that's the same place that she was. She was celibate for a year before I even met her. She was like, I'm just tired. She got to a point where she actually started feeling like, man, like sex wasn't a priority to her anymore. And, with all these labels that's going on in the world, with this pansexual and trisexual and all this stuff, she was beginning to feel like, man, it's not even important to me anymore. Because, we forget, you don't need sex to live.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. Nobody has ever died for not
dying from
sex.
it, but sex actually
does.
Like I said, sex does give you. So sex it does help with your overall spiritual and mental wellness. So depression, sex actually is good for that. Anxiety, sex is really good for that. Sex helps with the blood flow, circulation in your body. And actually, when you have sex and you know what I'm saying, like really good sex, they say you get this glow. That's actually a chemical. A thing in your body, like your hormones in your body, right? You're getting a flood of serotonin, which you need, right, to combat stuff like depression. So sex actually is really good for the body, and it's good for the mental well-being as well. If you have depression and you having sex, honey, listen, I think it's a cure-all.
But you get the same thing from a great massage.
Facts.
And sex can cause depression depending on who you're sleeping with.
That's true.
So, when we talk about you don't need sex, it's not a necessity to live. Because at some point, as a young kid, I would go back to the day when I didn't even think about girls. As a young boy, you just playing in the dirt, riding your bike. You know what I'm saying? That gets introduced to you. And once they get introduced to you, it's so overwhelming that it starts to consume your thought process.
Were you guys tempted during that year?
You know what?
Or did you do things to make sure it didn't happen?
Well, we were tempted in the sense of when you start growing together in connection, you want to go a little bit deeper in that intimacy and in that connection. But, and I guess I would say I probably was more ready to rock it than she was because, at certain point, at certain ages, you start connecting sex to a lot of other things that's physical. It becomes like, man, I don't want to give my heart and my soul to this person. I don't want to get hurt. So, that will make it scary before you can actually even do anything like that. So, but see, I knew who I was as a person, but she didn't know who I was because we, in life, you can present yourself to be something until you have sex. I've heard situations where people waited. And just because you wait don't mean it's going to be good.
Preach.
And it don't mean that you're going to have a relationship afterwards.
It'll be okay, like girl just said.
Yeah. And then also, if you have sex on the first date, it don't mean that you're not going to be with somebody. Some people have sex on the first date and they get married.
I know lots of married couples who had sex on the first date.
Yep. So
are you for sex on the first date, Khadijah?
I'm not for sex on the first date. Personally, for me, it's all about the connection that you have with the person. So for me in my walk of life, like I've had a journey and I've had, I think, a spiritual journey on my own where I've gotten to know myself. I think it's good to take some time out to really get to know yourself. So back in my 20s and whatnot, I mean, I wasn't out here clearly, but for me, it was just, it didn't have to be like, I didn't have to be connected to you mentally. I didn't have to, I didn't have to know about your mind. If I was physically attracted to you and you were physically attracted to me and we liked each other, then it may go somewhere from there. But as I got into my 30s, it all that dissolved. At this point in time, I need a man that stimulates me mentally. You have to like really like make my mind orgasm in order for me to even have an attraction towards you. So that's why I say it's been lacking. The contenders that I've met, it's been far and few that have really, been able to kind of stimulate me mentally. And if it's not there, if you can't stimulate me mentally, she's not going. She's not speaking to me. She's not talking back. She's just like, I could, let's wait till tomorrow and see what happens.
I agree. I totally agree.
And that's the truth, and you age, boy, experience.
Yeah.
It's a great teacher. When I was in my 20s, boy, the wind could blow and I'm ready to blow. You know what I'm saying? But when you get a little older, like I said, I was at that point where I'm like, this just ain't doing it for me, honey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had women who would at some point we get into an argument and things wasn't going right in the relationship. She said, well, won't you come get me so we can go have sex? I'm like, I'm good.
Right.
I'm good. So why did you guys decide on a year? Why was that like, why not 6 months? Why not 3 months? Why was it a year? Did you guys sit down and say, you know what, on, October, whatever of next year, this is when we're going to go ahead and do it? Or did it just kind of organically come together?
Well, something my brother told me, my younger brother, when I was with this girl a couple of months in, I was like, man, I'm feeling her, man. I'm loving her. My brother said, bro, you ain't even date her through all the seasons yet. And I was like, man, that's deep, bro. Right. He's like, because you don't know how she is in the summer, winter, spring, fall. He's like, give it a year.
Wow.
Date her through the season. See if she's going to be the same person in January that she's going to be in March, or she's going to be in December. And I was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Shout out to the younger brother, because I didn't even think men had these type of conversations.
Yes, we do.
Oh, wow.
Shout out to Ben Ballard. Ben Ballard, my young brother, look just like me. And so it kind of was organic. And then even with my wife, she's so dope. Before we even did anything, I had to get tested. I had to go through it. And that was so much respect. She's the first woman in my life ever required me to get tested. And that made it so dope. Because I'm like, dang, this girl, awesome. I had to go through all the tests. You know what I'm saying? Even Spanish test. I had to take a Spanish test to get in there. You know what I'm saying? So he wanted to make sure I was good.
Well, we have our tardy for the party guests here.
All right, bring them on.
Rob and Bob and TC, we're going to bring them on. So we're going to go on a quick break. We'll be right back. Sister Girl Radio, give us about 3 minutes.
Yeah. Just want to tell you how I feel. It's rare that a fella finds a gold mine. Right. I ain't let go. I'ma hold mine. Had a plethora of chicks, but by her I cut them off. Didn't even hit them a last time. Nah, I was doing shit to pass time. But this girl here, she's my pastime. I know it sounds sprung on me, but she can have it all like she got a gun to me. I'm frequently asked what the hell she done to me. I tell them to understand, you'd have to have one of these. Type of girl that you want round. Got me feeling like I scored a winning touchdown. They can talk, we ain't worried about them. They know that one of her is worth 10 of them. Shit, and that's the reason for the shutdown. Go bring the hook in now. They make plays, but I can't go. Shut it down, shut it down, shut it down, shut it down.
Or you could just share it off my page. If you gentlemen want a straw, y'all will pay for it on the bottle. I got y'all a pineapple. That's all pineapple.
See me in the
Okay, you ready?
Looking fly in a jet takeoff. Pulling up shots for the squadron.
Okay. What's up, everybody? This is Girl Radio, IntellectualRadio.com. Sorry for the delay, but right now we like to introduce our two guests, IntellectualRadio.com radio. I'm saying it so wrong. IntellectualRadio.com very own. We got Bob and TC in the building.
Don't take it in the building.
Yes. These gentlemen have graced us with their presence, and I'm excited. Okay, so
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. Introduce both of yourself and tell my guests, tell my audience about yourself real quick.
Well, I'm Bob, B.O.B. Bob, but I will go by the name of Robert Lee Ord Jr. formerly. But we do a show on Sundays. We did a show. We're on hiatus right now, but every Sunday, 4 to 6. Yeah, we'll be back. So we've been friends since 3rd grade.
Okay.
Right. Friends since 3rd grade. He been a point guard. I've been a shooting guard. Okay. He the third baseman. I'm the shortstop. This is true us, right? He the quarterback. I'm the running back. I'm TC. What's up, TC? Go ahead.
Yo, what's up? It's on, man.
Yeah, we on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's TC. The other half of Jaw Jacker. I'm biased. I got the coldest host in here. I like how they do our shows. I don't know. They said it was.
I hear him.
Yeah, he touched it in his song.
Okay. Well, Yeah, that's my boy. So they say, there you go, Earl. It's my boy since 3rd grade. My big brother. But I got a question. Who the 70th birthday? What's this about?
Shout out to my dad. Happy
This is for
birthday,
her-
Dad.
for her father's birthday
Happy birthday,
celebration.
Daddy.
That's right. He turned 70 early this year in January. So,
She
we
brought,
want lots of blessings. We went to Mexico. These are some of the party gifts. So
Oh, okay.
I thought
Lisa
I'd share
Ray-
that with y'all
So
this
Lisa
morning.
Ray to find any type of way to get lit on her show.
I mean, you supposed to
It's
bring,
her
you
dad's
supposed to bring
70th birthday.
something. Where's my drink
Right.
you asked me for?
It was a tardy at the party.
Clearly.
Store. It was tardy
Oh, because you heard what I said about
I heard
that.
you.
I don't care, y'all was tardy for the
I
party.
want to change this to the 44. You know, I'll be 44 Wednesday.
Happy early birthday,
Wednesday.
TC.
Yeah,
All right, happy
Wednesday,
birthday.
10-10.
Happy
You know what I'm
early
talking about?
birthday.
Thank y'all.
So the topic we were talking about before you guys got here was making him wait. So Michael Ballard and his wife waited a year before. So I want to know you two's perspective on waiting and, sex before marriage. I already can only imagine TC.
I'll let Bob talk to you.
Bob.
Bob.
And
Man.
TC, I want your views on
Go
that
ahead,
and how
Bob.
do you feel? So Bob, you go first.
All right, let me go first. All right, man,
Bob,
it's
the
interesting.
TC.
Well, it's interesting. There's nothing wrong with waiting if y'all are on the same moral plane. Y'all at least got to be what you would call "quote unquote" equally yoked on the same philosophy of your morality. And if y'all on that same plane, then you can understand why waiting is necessary. The only thing about waiting is it's better to do it when both of y'all are virgins. If both of y'all are virgins, then you don't have nothing that you drawing from, because it's like you don't have no expectations, right? But once you taste sex in different ways, it becomes harder the older you get. To me, it becomes harder because you got an appetite for different. You develop an appetite for different stuff, it's just it's not normal to repress yourself from that appetite once you develop it. So
you tap dancing a little bit, Rob.
am I?
Would you wait?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
I mean, yeah. I'll wait. I'll wait.
When you say, okay, you wait, because right now you're saying that when you get older, you have an appetite for it. And okay, you have cravings and stuff for sex. So is it that you're waiting with this person, but you're sleeping with her,
Exactly.
her, and
No,
her
no,
on the
no,
side?
no.
And then, you know what I'm saying? It's
No.
1 year
See-
later, and now y'all equal. Like, how do you?
There's different
That's
forms
why I
of
said-
waiting.
That's why I said you got to be on the same moral plane.
Okay.
Right.
If you're on the same moral plane, you know that commitment means you with that person. You're not with other people.
Okay.
That's why I said it. I said the reason why I said it get harder like that once you get the appetite, because 9 times out of 10, you got to come off and say, we not going to do it at all. If you can't go in there doing it, if you go in there doing it, y'all relationship is being built on that. You can't just stop it after y'all start doing it.
Mhm.
You got to go in there and let him know straight off top, or let her know straight off top. These are the expectations. This is what's going to be.
Right.
Right off top. You know what I mean? So, I think I touched it a little.
You did. TC, I'm dying to hear your
No way, I'm waiting.
opinion.
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
No, I want the truth. That's why you here,
Ain't
brother.
no way I'm waiting.
Not even a month.
I mean,
It's got to be the first date or nothing.
No, I ain't got to be no first date now. Let's be real. I ain't, But
So
that wouldn't matter
what's
either.
the expectation?
But waiting at all before till I get married. First of all, is she a virgin already?
What if she is?
Then that'll make me consider it. But then I don't want to deal with all that.
So the answer for you is no.
No way, because no way. And if she's a virgin, I will respect it then. But if you already been out here getting it in, then you get this newfound faith in God or something. Now all of a sudden you gonna act like you ain't no buster. No, you get down. You gotta get down. You're not finna play with me. Play with yourself.
See?
So ain't no way you gonna telling me all of a sudden now
Why
you
you
had
taking
a
one thing on the
newfound dream, or all of a
Not
sudden
dream.
your morals didn't change, so you're not doing it no more. So you did doggy style with everybody else, but now the one you want to marry, you want to change the whole. No,
TC.
but that's my answer. No,
No.
So can I ask you a
Clearly.
question, TC? Are you married right now?
no.
Okay, so if you met the woman that you wanted to marry, and she said to you, like, listen, I want to get to know you. So Mike and his wife, they waited a year, right? The reason why they waited a year was because it wasn't like I think it's spirituality, but it was also about like elevating themselves to a higher level. They had both just been in this kind of game where they were just tired of having sex, okay, with, you know what I'm saying, random people. They wanted to be fulfilling. They wanted to be meaningful. They met each other and they wanted to grow spiritually, you know what I'm saying, together. They wanted to have that connection. They wanted to get to know each other and have something that was deeper. So if you're telling me that if you met someone that, you know, you're like, man, this is the woman I'm going to marry, you wouldn't wait, you know what I'm saying, for your wife. You wouldn't wait to have sex.
This is no disrespect to you or your situation. You know, everybody got their own opinion, but there's no way.
Okay.
And let me tell you why. Okay. You're not finna pretend that you finna be my girl. We
Pretend?
grown, yes. Because
How
when
does
we
someone
get married,
pretend
I'm
that
gonna
they
tell
gonna
you
be your
how.
girl?
I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you how we grown,
Okay.
right? We having sex when we get married, right?
Clearly.
We having sex. That's a part of attraction, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna tell me in the beginning part, we're gonna pretend like we together. Because let's be real now. You want to sit here. I don't know about other people's desires. Everybody different.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I know I'm attractive, and I know my finna be gonna be attractive.
Okay.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that only and for us to make a reach this higher social, this spiritual plane, we're gonna pretend like you don't turn me on.
But it's
That's not even finna. It gotta be. You're very strong.
Mm-hmm.
If you can sit there, I'm proud of you, brother. I don't mean no disrespect. But there's no way I would pretend like I'm not attracted to mine. And if you mine, I ain't say we gotta do it immediately. But
It's happening.
we got. Oh yeah, I want to know what I'm dealing with. You ain't gonna wait
I'm
till I
dealing
get
with-
married, find out you don't do nothing I like. Where you get down is opposite. You know, we can't talk a certain way on Intellectual Radio.
Please,
but
you
we'll
gonna
make it
get
right.
you gonna get owner of this station
We ain't
a
cursing
heart
out,
attack.
right, Earl? We ain't cursing. I'm cool, but if you know, what if
You know what, Earl know who in the building?
right.
He know Joe
you
Jack.
tell the truth? I'm speaking from my male point of view. I'm being
That's what we
honest.
want. We want every
I want to
different
know what
point
the
of view.
sex like. I want to know how she make me feel because I didn't have sex with plenty of people, so it's like I want to
We
know
don't
what's
need to know.
special. I mean, if you be
I mean,
honest.
he's being honest.
If a woman, let's be real, you know you didn't have sex. Don't sit up here and say
I might be a virgin. You don't know my situation.
Right. Here we go. Anyway,
Virgins don't even bring this comment out.
right.
Khadijah, I don't
That
like
is
the way
not
you
true.
giggle.
Virgins don't drink wine out of straw. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I don't appreciate the way you
down here.
laugh.
Right. So let's be real. You gonna
Virgins don't drink.
some people don't take that into consideration
Right.
when they be in relationships. To me, sex is important in a relationship too, just like being faithful to me. Like I gotta be turned on by what's mine. I gotta know what I'm getting into.
Right.
Y'all can talk all that spiritual level that you get out on this dude, and then he can't even make you move.
Not move.
He can't even get down there, you tickling. You won't even know he present.
I'm done.
So is that spiritual connection
Clutch
gonna
a
keep you with him? Ask this question for me. Is that spirit you waited
No, I'm good.
all this time? You did the spiritual connection, your growth is right. You get down there, that man, you don't even know he home. Let's be real. Go down on there chewing and biting all on you. You telling me is that spiritual connection gonna keep you with this man?
Chewing and biting on
So,
you.
Mike, okay,
Yeah.
so
I know you ain't gonna be with that
you
man.
had a lot of sexual experience, right, before your wife and
Hey.
everything.
You're just putting everybody out on the table.
This is a sex
At the end of the day,
conversation.
right? We're all grown.
No,
We're all adults,
Mike
right?
looking like
At the end of the day, we're all adults. Okay, he's had at least one or two sexual
yeah, he was
experiences.
married before.
Okay, so I'm just saying. Okay, so when you and your wife got together after that 1 year, can you describe like how was that different from all your other sexual experiences?
Oh,
Well, for me, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't the necessarily physical act. It was more of having an understanding of what I wanted out of life. I was at a point, and I can understand what he's saying. It also depends on where you at because your appetite gonna change at 40, then it's gonna be at 50. It's gonna be well, it should. Most people, it's for old fools out there. But for me, I was at a point in my life because I had my own company. I had some goals. I had some plans.
Right.
I knew where I wanted to go in my life, and I knew I had to have a certain type of woman to go with me.
right. Do you feel like you found that right woman?
Oh yeah, definitely.
God blessed you.
Definitely, yeah. It's all to the good. But that was for me. You know what I'm saying? And so when we got together, we did was I had did a spiritual cleansing.
Okay.
We did a spiritual marriage before we did all those things. Like I said, we got tested because I knew I wanted to be with somebody for the rest of my life. I didn't just want to try something out.
Now, what if those test results had came back differently? Would you still? I'm just asking.
Well, if it would have came back differently, then we had to have some conversations.
Would you have left her? Is the question.
Well, it depends on what it was.
What if it was the big kahuna?
Well, if it was something that was major like that, and I love her, I don't know because that would change a lot of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
no doubt.
Yeah.
So
I'm just being real. Like we be real on intellectual radio. So
we know
don't
TC would leave.
You always don't know.
I don't know.
What's your answer, TC?
Man, I'm out of there. And I'm glad I ain't do nothing with her. Cause she bogus. That's why she ain't want to have sex all this time. Cause she knew she was out there.
Oh my God.
That's how I'm gonna take it. I'm gone. You tried to trick me. Not like you a
No,
good
but
girl.
if she knew that
What
all
if
this
she
time,
didn't
whatever,
know?
she wouldn't agree to
Well, I
take the
don't
test
want
with
to
you.
go to the doctor.
What if she didn't know? AIDS and stuff don't show up.
I
Right
don't
away.
want no woman don't do a checkup because we go to the doctor. I mean, every year you get a checkup. Now they gonna tell me this woman don't even check herself.
But sometimes it lays dormant, right? And it doesn't come out, sometimes it could be a year. Sometimes some
5
people are
years.
atypical. Like they just don't, it just doesn't show. And then after a while, it does come out. So
That
we
could
got to
be
be
to her
careful out
defense.
here. We definitely have to be careful.
With hepatitis, there's people with
Mhm.
certain diseases, not AIDS, but they had gotten into a bad situation and they caught something. Don't mean they're bad, horrible people.
Right.
It just means they got caught up.
No, but okay. I'm just asking your opinion. You know, I like to hear other brothers' point of view so they can explain it to me because it don't make no sense to me.
I read something that said called sex sacred energy exchange. That's what they said. They called it sacred energy exchange. And I think from that standpoint, why I even said that, I would wait, is because of that. That's why I said it all depends on your morals. It all depends on if you on the same page to even attempt to do it. If y'all ain't on the same moral page, you wouldn't look at that energy exchange as sacred.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So if that plays in your mind at all about your morals, then that's what'll have your mind.
So I guess I have no morals, somebody.
Well, no, I'm just saying when two people come.
That's kind of what he's saying, TC.
When two people come in an agreement on that philosophy.
On under.
Yeah, on that philosophy, because that's what it takes. It takes being in agreement on that philosophy.
Bob, y'all can still be friends and feel he has no morals. It's okay. I have my opinion about Khadijah all the time. So
I don't know why.
It's my boy, and I respect it, but I just learned in life, like you learn yourself and know who you are. You don't care what nobody else thinks. You just because I keep it what it is. I don't go off that that storybook life. I go off what it is. If you telling me I waited a whole year for you, and I find out you got something to me, I look at it. Ain't no coincidence. It was meant for me not to have sex with you. That's how I look at it. And maybe y'all get on spiritual connections with people that you'll walk around and accept their disease. I ain't connected with nobody. I'm accept none of that.
Okay. But some of the things I remember when I was young in the military, I used to be scared to go take AIDS tests because I was out there like that. Every time
he was international with it.
I used to praise God every time I had to go. Oh Lord, please don't let me get this. Lord, please don't let me get AIDS this time, Lord. Then the test come back negative, and I'd be back out there raw again. And next prayer was worse. Like, oh no, I'm on my knees this time, Lord. I can't even look upon you, Lord. I can't even look upon you. I knew I wasn't supposed to do that, man. So when you go through so many episodes, like that from a personal standpoint,
right,
you're gonna find some type of morals about you. If you going back to the times when you used to pray or whatever. That's why I use the moral word.
I would attack the moral word because I ain't say you saying that, but what if some people? Okay, I speak for myself. It's like I want the real woman. Okay, I don't want this newfound changed person because what if something back then I find out that it might change my view of you? If you did, let me know you did you.
But ain't life all about elevating and growing and changing?
But it's also about I want to know my girl.
I mean, you can know the old her.
I want to know her.
Well, I mean, it's not about old her. So I'm going to speak on me. So for me or whatever, like I was telling them, back in like my 20s, I came from a culture, I'm African, where, sex is something that you don't really talk about. And it's something that's like kind of not forbidden, but it's just like you're supposed to kind of wait till you get married and stuff to have sex. And I didn't have sex till I was 18 years old. And I was very like, cautious and, let's put the rubber on and all that stuff or whatever, blah, blah, blah. All the time. I'm still a good girl. But Talisha, I don't understand why you do that. I really don't. I really don't.
She knows you.
No, she knows me. She knows I'm one of her. She knows I'm her wholesome friend.
All I know, she's strong.
I'm your wholesome friend. So I don't even know why you do that. Anyway, I'm gonna come back. I speak the truth on mine. So I'm not even like, I don't sugarcoat what I do, what I don't do. In my 20s, like I said, you know what I'm saying? The wind didn't have to blow a certain way. If I was just attracted to you, physically attracted to somebody or whatever, and we wanted to get down, that's where we were at. So for me, it wasn't even a spiritual journey. Yes, I think I took some time to get to know myself. But as I grew into my 30s, it just changed for me. And I don't know if it's spirituality. I don't know what it is. For me now, it's more about like the mental connection for me. You know, you have to stimulate my mind. Like you got to make my mind orgasm for me to even be attracted to you. That's where I'm at this point in time. I don't believe in waiting till you get married to have sex. I don't, because I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, get to where I'm married and now it's, you know what I'm saying, it's too late. I had a friend, actually, yeah, friend, I'm gonna put your business out there. We won't say who, whatever it was. You know, she and her husband, he was more so into the church and stuff or whatever. And she was really, really attracted to him. So she decided to go along with what he was going along with. And they waited till they got married to have sex. And then when they got married, he still, in his mind, it was almost like he was brainwashed into believing that it was still kind of, sex was icky to him. And they had to dissolve the relationship. They had to dissolve the marriage because of that, because he did not want to have sex with his wife. You waited all this time.
He was gay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know, but you waited all this time.
Girl,
you know what I'm saying? Because he was like
now,
really
girl,
into the
he's
church,
gay.
into this biblical, like, you know what I'm saying, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he looked at sex is dirty and all this stuff,
gay.
whatever. And then they got married. And then the next thing you know, they're getting a divorce.
He
so
was gay.
I need to see what it's looking like. I need to see what, you know, if we're
He's
going
a
to wait
choir
3 months.
director. He's a choir director at church.
Not choir
I
director.
don't know.
Oh, okay.
I might wait 3 months. I might wait
Are you trying to
6
say all the
months.
choir directors are
No,
gay?
you said that.
But
I
before we
asked
get
the
married,
question.
we need to.
Can you
I need
just
to try
see
that
it
out.
visually? Is that okay?
No, I'm on the same page
But
as
you
you. I need to make sure that it works. We work together.
Because that's
And-
an energy that's real too, that
It's
people
real
don't want to
shit. It
pretend
really
like
is.
it doesn't
It ain't
because
though, you know.
they have frivolous sex all their life. So they have frivolous sex, so now sex is a bad thing. To me, it's a
Can't
wonderful
sex
thing.
change though? Can't you guide somebody and learn somebody and
I
it can
agree.
get better? It don't have to. Everybody didn't start off a pro,
No.
porn star like you.
It
TC.
depends. No, I'm not a pro. at
I'm
all.
saying
just
that
easy
even
look
if
at
it's
why
I
whack,
should
do
be
it.
throwing jazz.
but if even if it's whack, I feel like you can grow and learn each other and get better.
Well, the thing,
It
What
can
about
get better.
what about the people that just got
It can get
divorced?
better.
What about the people that got
sweet.
divorced where he still did not want to have sex with his woman?
That-
What about that? That
That's
happens a
different.
lot though.
That was his mental. What I'm saying is you can get with somebody and that person, even though they got a nice size package, they could be whack.
I
But you
agree.
can work on that to change. I'm saying everybody can grow and change in the sexual department. You don't feel that way. You feel like the first time you do it is whack. It's whack.
That's
well,
not
the
what I
thing
said.
is, the first,
That's not what I said.
the woman's vagina is what, 4 inches or 3 inches long? I mean, I'm talking about from the entry point to the place of satisfaction. It's only about three inches, right? So that means almost from the point of virginity, that means almost every woman in the world could get satisfied by almost any penis in the world.
That's
Lie.
not true.
That is a lie
Not
from the
true,
pit of
because
hell.
they stretch that.
I'm saying
They
in
done-
theory.
Okay.
In theory.
Earl's
I'm just
cracking
saying
up.
in theory.
That is a lie from the middle
Right.
of hell.
Well, I'm just
Yeah,
saying in
for
theory.
real, that is true.
From
From
the
the-
point of
We gotta go
virginity.
inside. You did that boop.
Nah.
Right. So because
Size
so,
matters.
well, it matters. Well,
No,
don't
it does
matter
not.
to a virgin.
Size matters.
Size
You
does
know,
not matter.
Size don't matter
Size
to a
matters.
virgin.
Size
You
does
don't-
not matter.
A virgin,
to me.
a
gonna keep
virgin
going back
woman
and
is
forth.
not
We
coming
can.
there
Right.
with any
virgin
expectations
woman.
on
Right.
size. Right?
Right.
That's a
That's
virgin.
the point
That's
I'm
the-
making.
Nobody at the table's a virgin.
Okay, no, that's what I'm saying. Okay,
Yes, I am,
My-
Dad.
here's the point though. Here's the point why the concept that get mixed up about waiting comes from, because you think, about waiting, you don't realize what you do when you actually have sex. Once you have sex, you end up developing an appetite for like different sizes.
Absolutely.
sir.
So
Yes.
you end up
sir.
wasting your entire happiness on that because you chasing sizes.
Yep.
Oh, dude was real nice. He smelled good. He take care of the business. But now I gotta wait and see what kind of package he got. He's a nice dude. He real committed to you. So that will point you back toward the need of virginity. I mean, the value of virginity in the first place. It's just we ran past that so fast in our lives
Right.
that we forget how significant it really is.
Right.
That's why the concept even come back. You done destroyed so much of yourself. Now you trying to get it back. That's why like I went through a spiritual cleansing. But it's like the spiritual cleansing is different from the appetite of the body. That's what I was saying when you said I was talking all around myself.
Right.
I was trying to be honest about, two things that's happening.
Right.
It's two things that's happening right there.
TC, why are you shaking your head?
No, I'm just proud of that. I'm proud of that, y'all understand, because I don't. I'm just being real. I mean, I'm not, they call it what they want. No more. I just go off what it is. I know life now and all that wondering and trying to figure stuff out. People try to hold on. People try to equate their feelings to what other people done felt, so they have experiences and stuff like that. I don't none of that. I go off what it is. Okay, if I'm attracted to you and you're attracted to me and we gonna be together, you're not finna tell me it's not gonna make sense why we don't do what we're supposed to do. Because if you wanted to, I understand there's brothers out here that want to wait. You understand? That's where you need to be. That is how I feel. Because I feel like I'm too old for all the games. It's like I don't need no more guesswork. I don't want to wait a year later to find out that you don't even take care of it right down there. Like I don't want to wait a whole year to find out you got a smell because I ain't never been down there yet. I'm just being real. I'm just saying me personally. I don't want to wait a whole year and find out that I see why you stopped. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to wait a whole year because to me that's why keep wasting time. Let's be real. To me, what you got to have? You ain't got to come. I ain't saying you got to do threesomes and stuff. I'm not saying all that.
That's another show.
Yeah, you know that's cool though. But I ain't saying you do all that.
Mike, you never touched on this earlier. You think you got away from me, but I'm going to ask each one of y'all individually, and I'm asking this directly to you. Have you ever faked an orgasm?
No. I'm trying to figure
just yes or no?
No.
Bob.
Absolutely not. You know,
TC.
I'm a man. Well, I don't have orgasms.
But I was hearing this recently.
You don't have orgasms?
No, I'm not.
You have?
It's
called an orgasm.
It is called an orgasm, though. Still, it's still an orgasm.
Yeah, I have. I'm like,
so y'all have. So men, have you heard the men say they have though? Because that's new to me.
No, yes, I have.
You have faked it?
Yeah.
Why? Why did you fake it?
Because you ain't want to pump no more.
Not pumping anymore.
I ain't never.
You never faked it?
I ain't never heard nobody faking no orgasm.
Have you heard of men faking it?
I ain't never heard no man talking about he faking no. I ain't never heard.
Yeah, what is up with this, TC? That's not right.
I ain't never heard nothing.
No, I'm a guy's girl, so I mean, I think women fake it, right? And I think I didn't realize this that
have you ever faked it, Khadijah?
Well. Of course, I faked it. Yeah, because I wanted it to be over, or you know what I'm saying. It just like it was.
No side conversation down there.
I'm sorry. What's happening?
They having a personal conversation down there. No side conversation.
There's no IntellectualRadio. We can't say it unless you want to go jive. No. If you want to go jive, I say it. I promise I will.
I'm trying to keep my slot. No,
but back in the day, my cuddy buddy, one of my good friends that we sit, you know what I'm saying, get down or whatever. So we talk about everything. We talk about relationships because we both knew that we didn't want to be in a relationship with each other, but you know what I'm saying, he was dating other people and I was dating other people and we were just, you know what I'm saying, doing our thing. And we would have conversations and he's the one who told me, he's like, you know, there's been a couple of times either, you know, size, like the friction with the woman, either, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't like tight enough, or he just was tired of pumping, or there was just a connection or whatever just wasn't there. And so he's like, yep, he would just be like, and and then he would run to the bathroom real quick. That's what he told me.
I'm surprised.
So yeah,
he's just a fake orgasm.
Yeah,
the orgasm.
Well, women do it all the time.
We do.
Oh yeah,
but our body's different than men.
I don't even care if y'all fake orgasm. It don't even matter to me.
It does not matter.
No, I'm getting
you don't.
Bob.
Well, I'm talking about to the ones that are fake orgasms.
It's not TV. We don't care. If you want to sit there and be like, and he really ain't do it, but then you still get up, still be faithful, still cook, still right. So keep on faking. It don't bother me.
I'm the woman tells you, because wait, this is one question I've always wanted to know. Can you tell when a woman orgasms?
Yes, can you tell?
Okay.
Can you tell when a woman orgasms?
It depends on the woman.
I mean, I'm talking about if you get technical, I can't.
Right, depending on tune with. Now, if I'm down there, you know, talking to her in Spanish, oh yeah, it's no
talking
way.
In Spanish.
Okay.
TC,
how can you tell when a woman orgasms, Mike?
Well, you know, from a.
Do y'all remember this is IntellectualRadio.com?
Right.
We're still keeping
it. How you gonna ask us a question about waiting before sex, and then go try to censor us once we get out?
We say orgasm. Don't you talk nasty now?
But she's getting a little detailed.
No, I'm not being a detail. I'm
right. Dude, have you ever faked an orgasm? But watch the way you answer it now.
Hey, you on the station too. You already know.
Pass me your glasses.
Okay, go ahead. Answer the question. Just be PG about it.
Well, okay. First of all, it comes from you have to know your partner. Number one, that's the one. You have to know your partner. You got to know. It's. I don't want to see. I can't really
dance around it.
I can't say it without saying it, but there's something that happens in a woman's body. From my experience, that when they do climax, you can feel it. You can feel contractions.
Okay.
You can feel the contractions. But you have to be in tune with your girl in order for that.
100% right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real, brother.
Yeah.
Because see, women think they got women intuition and all that. No. Men got it too. That's just, y'all just be in detail and tune, so y'all understand if we do anything wrong, y'all can pick it up. But see, most time we doing us anyway, so we just glad y'all ain't caught us, so we ain't paying attention. But when that man is in tune with you, oh yeah, he know when it moves wrong way.
Yeah, he do. He knows everything. When you in tune with your girl, man,
and you ain't doing to nobody else. This is she your only source of emotion, sexual release, and all that. You hug him different, he gonna feel it.
Right.
That's the truth. You can tell. That's 100%, man. Yeah. Like, you can tell if your girl pH balance is off. You can tell
pH balance.
Straight up, baby. Go get some sugar water. Go make some sugar water.
You know what I'm saying? You can tell.
That's a big brother there, boy. He said, I can tell.
Like man, your iron low, baby. Your iron low.
I mean, it's real.
I hate to come behind you, bro. I hate to be the dude, the next dude you get after him. Right. You just sitting there, dinner, man, is trying to explain well her pH balance is. Like, I don't even care.
I'm not only good to you, I'm good for you. I tell you when you gotta say.
That's just a whole different. It's just a whole different level of intimacy.
Right.
That's a whole different level of intimacy.
Now, a new girl, you just meet her, y'all doing. You don't know. You don't know.
You don't care.
No, because I'm mission accomplished. I ain't trying to make you happy. I'm in there. I do 7. You get mad at me. He had 2 minutes better, but I had my 2 minutes.
But here's
that is not okay. I need you on your 44th birthday to elevate yourself to the next level and get to know, you know what I'm saying, a woman's body and don't just take care of yourself.
I want to know.
But don't don't take care of just yourself. Right. You know what I'm saying? Make sure she's okay as well.
I love me. If she don't strike me, then you gotta think about it. If you don't strike me as somebody that I care about, please, I'm just gonna do what I want to do.
Okay. Shout out to our viewers. Miss Sharon says, I like the brother in the black. He's something else. Agreed, Miss Sharon. We have a question. Terrence said that he was still about to catch a disease. He said he would still be her friend, but that's it.
Right on. Keep it real. It's only 2 people that I understand.
The thing though, you know, it's another element. I don't think we really talking about it, and it's the impact of families. Like when you spreading yourself around sexually, you end up having kids. You know, it's like, I did a mentorship program for like 3 years, you know, and looking at a lot of these young men with broken homes. You know, you look through my family and stuff like that. That's sort of what made me start, I guess, entertaining the idea of changing how I think about the subject. Because it's an impact, whether we see it or not.
It is.
You know, I mean, I ain't trying to, turn into no preacher. But I'm just saying
that's real.
That's from real experience.
That's why you use rubbers. Because if you protect yourself, you ain't got to worry about that. You still can have your fun.
Condoms will not protect
only
you from
97%.
Man, y'all listen.
Condoms will not protect you against the spiritual aspect of it, though. I don't care what.
No, I won't. I agree. If
it's like, something going on with him and something going with you, condom ain't gonna protect you against that, and that's facts.
But you make
because you can go off of energy with somebody
about the social impact of sex and how it's destroying culture in people. You know that when you have sex, man, it does transfer energy. And
absolutely.
You lose yourself. A part of your
because you're giving yourself away.
Yeah, you know they do studies.
That's why prostitutes look so old. They got them souls.
You lose a part of you, but that's why when you do it in
what about the prostitute don't look old?
She's had work done.
Just got started.
She's had work done.
She just got started.
Hey, I know we got that much time because I feel like I'm missing something. What do y'all say when y'all give yourself to people? What y'all be?
As far as what do you mean? What do we say?
What do you mean give your?
When he said like you having sex, you know, you exchanging, you're giving a part of you away.
You are giving a part of yourself away every time you have sex with somebody. You are connecting with someone on an intimate level. So yeah, you are.
What do you mean? What am I saying?
It is.
It is an energy increase. There's scientific studies that prove it, show it, just from science, not even from a biblical standpoint, but even from a biblical standpoint. I'm not going to quote scripture, but there's a scripture that says you become one. That's the whole thing about two becoming one.
Right.
And the Bible talks about if you sleep with a prostitute, you become one with that prostitute. And you wonder why social impact, why we walk around with these different personalities and crazy and don't know how to maintain a stable relationship when you didn't sleep with a bunch of people. All that energy is transforming back and forth. They got science to say when you have sex with a man, that semen, that DNA transfers into your body and stays there. That even when you have a kid by someone else, some of that DNA from your other partners transfers into that.
Jesus, help me!
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Look that up.
It doesn't change everybody's judgment, but sex really can't. It it can change your judgment. It can change your judgment in life and a bigger scheme of things. It don't always do that to you. Of course, you got to find your control or whatever. But sometimes we can go years out of control. You know, our judgment can be out of control. We can spend years like that. It can filter all the way into now. It can be now judgment. You could just, you know, make a decision just off the way somebody walked, the way her booty looked to you. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta retrain yourself. Like if you get married or whatever, like you know that statement people always make, like, ain't nothing wrong with looking. But if you're gonna stay faithful, you gotta stop looking.
Clearly.
Wow, to me. To me, you gotta stop looking. Like,
I think you're a human being. I think we're all human beings.
But I'm saying
it's all about how you act.
I'm talking about the type of looking that make you want to hit it. Because if you keep that alive, if you keep that way of thinking alive, you gonna want to hit it.
You know what that is? It's called emotional and mental cheating.
Weak.
So
It's called weak.
It's called
you're weak-minded. It's called you're a weak man. Because you telling me if you see a booty shake when you walk past, you want to get it. Something wrong with you.
If you turn around and talk to your wife,
like
if you
fat dude can't stop eating, you're weak. I don't call what you want to call it.
What's called? What are you saying?
Weakness. It's a weakness in you.
That's a weakness.
It's a weakness because you can't see a girl for a booty for what it is. Short, just thick.
Right.
That means you gotta hit it. So you can't look. More you look, you're gonna end up doing.
I'm talking about I ain't talking about look in the sense that you see it. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about till you watch it get out of sight. You know how somebody walk past.
Yeah, you said man.
Or you wanna go after it. My thing is that
eventually you're gonna cheat.
Exactly.
Well, it all depends. So the way that emotional cheating and stuff works, right, is that you see someone.
You feeding the lust. You feeding the lustful desire. You feeding something that you're not supposed to be desiring. And if you do that, nobody can resist that. You
don't want to do it. First of all, I don't understand. Maybe I'm different.
Well, can I say something? Can I say something real quick? I think it's all about keeping it to yourself. Whenever you keep stuff to yourself, you develop shame and you develop guilt, and you know what I'm saying. And that's where you act from. If you have a partner, I want a husband where if he is looking at somebody else, he can say to me, damn, her booty fat. And I can say, yes, it is. When you're out there and you're open with it, or you come home and be like, there's a woman in my job that, you know what I'm saying, for some reason or whatever, she's a nice looking, she's an attractive woman, and we talk about it, I'm telling you, it really does remove, because all it is when you keep things in secret, it feeds that lust. It feeds that desire to go out there and do something. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like, you got to put it out there. You really need to put it out there.
I mean, we just talking about, something that actually occurs in all of us. That's how
I'm just saying,
started in all of us. You start looking at a house you want, a car you want, whatever you're looking at, you feed it to yourself. You feed it to yourself. You
keep Googling it.
Dream,
That means you want to cheat.
But talk about it.
That means you want to cheat there. Because if you want a house and you plan for that because that's what you want, you telling me because you keep looking, that means you want to cheat anyway. Which means, so that means you got to walk around and not look. Because if you look at something and you look at it, walk away, that means eventually you're going to cheat. That means, I ain't saying you, but whoever it is that you a weak-minded dude, and you're going to mess up anyway because you're weak-minded. When I had to stop smoking weed, I don't care if my boys around me smoking, they could come around me smoking. I'm not doing it. So that didn't bother me.
But you stopped looking at it too. You stopped looking at the blunt.
No, I don't. They be in my car with chewing it. I just couldn't. I just put it around me. What you mean? That don't mean I'm gonna hit it.
No, I'm just
because
saying.
Because I go to strip clubs. I don't like them touching me though. Yeah. See, it's a difference.
But why do you go?
Because I support my man business. But I don't let them touch me.
Friend.
I don't want them all on me because I feel like this. I'm not a consolation prize. You're not gonna sit on this ugly dude and let this dude then you're gonna sit on me. So that's just the only reason. If I like looking, don't mean I want some. Let's be real. She thick. That's all she is thick. That don't mean I want to hit it. Something wrong with your mind. Right. And you're weak mind. If you see somebody thick, and now you got.
But if you see somebody thick and you want to hit it, I think again having a conversation about it. If you are with somebody else, I think that's okay. Yes, you do.
So you'll come tell. So tell me out. You gonna tell me you'll go home, you'll do it. Somebody walk past, smell good, your child like, oh baby, I saw this dude print, and they look.
I would not say it like that, but yes, I would. But I think it's about having a conversation. We can continue this conversation.
We're gonna have to wrap this up. We're gonna have to do a part 2 of this, I see, because it just wasn't enough time. Because TC's very animated, so.
He said keep going.
Oh, now we can keep going. Okay, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
Seriously. Like I've had discussions about this, and there are studies about it. Whenever you keep something to yourself, that's when it grows and it festers, and you want to do the shit more. So if you look at a booty or whatever, and you're thinking about hitting it, if you have a conversation about it, especially if you're in a relationship with somebody else, but I think we make it that we can't have these conversations. I myself, my best friend, one of those people that we're like, it's natural. We're all human beings. We see people, we attracted to people. That's just the way life is. But why can't we have a conversation about it? No, I'm not gonna be like, oh, his imprint or whatever. But if I'm thinking about emotionally cheating, if I have somebody at work that I'm going to work every single day and this motherfucker on my mind, I'm having dreams, I'm you know what I'm saying, whatever, or I'm sleeping. Oh, sorry. I'm sleeping with my guy and I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm thinking about him while I'm sleeping with my guy. There's a problem. But that's what I'm saying. But we need to have a conversation about it. We need to, because it's usually something. It's not even about the other person. It's usually something that's missing in the relationship. But if you can have that person where you can have that conversation with, my guy can come to me and be like, listen, I saw a chick, whatever, her booty is big, I don't have a problem with that. As long as you're not out here doing it, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
I'm just talking about, I think I'm just talking about the actual way desires are formed. Like desires are formed in a certain way. It's like, it's a song I can kick right now. I ain't heard this song. When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stay at the wall. That's because I fed it to myself in some kind of way. I fed it. I kept feeding it to myself.
It grows.
Feeding stuff to yourself, it establishes in you. That's all I'm saying.
And then let it out. But you have to leave it in there. That's when it continues to grow, it festers, and then you veer off, and then now you're cheating it with this chick. But if you talk about it, if you're able to talk about it and you feel safe enough to talk about it, I'm telling you, eliminates like a lot of cheating within couples. You have to be able to talk about it.
Right. I get that.
So Mike, you have Khadijah, before we go, do you have any final words?
Why are you gonna come to me? Can we go down the line?
No, I want to go to you first.
Why? I just said a whole bunch of stuff.
I know. Do you have any final words, Khadijah?
No, I mean, well, I'm just to your point, as far as like, you know what I'm saying, just the social impact. I think that it's more systemic. It comes from, you know what I'm saying, it still stems from slavery, and I'll bring it back to that. You know, our families, the impact that especially in the Black community, our Black men, the way that they see themselves, the way that we make them feel about themselves, we still haven't healed from that. And I just think that, you know, as human beings, like we need to really be vested in our families, in our communities, you know, keep doing the mentorships. These young men out here need it. We need to have a more sense of solidity, you know what I'm saying, of family, of community, because we are great. We are great people. So that's my thing, my takeaway from it.
Mike, any last words?
First of all, thank y'all for having me. Y'all brothers, man. Both of y'all.
We have to do this again.
Both of y'all killed
me. We definitely have to come back on.
Just to let people know, whether you wait or not wait does not guarantee the relationship gonna be good.
Yes.
All right. So don't think because you waiting it's gonna be magical, or that if you get it on the first date, it's gonna be bogus. That's not the truth. Okay. But understand from a more mind point, when I talked about why guys say don't wait, and we don't really talk about why. I learned, man, God tells you to wait to be with the person you with to protect you from memories. Because I don't care if you put a condom on or what, those memories of all those partners will haunt you. You can be with somebody and you out and you see a dude you slept with from college, and it can cause problems. Things can come back up. You know, God is really trying to protect us from ourselves and those memories that those partners bring. Because
the soul
like you said, you know what I'm saying? You'll start comparing, like we talked about, sexual partners to Johnny used to have me bent over, but Petey can't do it. So now you're thinking Petey is inadequate, but Petey ain't built like Johnny. You know, and he's
coming up a little short.
But you know, but if you wasn't searching for all that, you would have been happy with Petey. You know what I'm saying? So
she only want to be dirty when she want to be dirty. Right?
That's not it.
So it is her show.
It was coming up a little short. Bob, I'm gonna shoot it over to you. What's your final word?
I always just use smart judgment the best you can when it comes to sex, because there's ramifications to it if it's done wrong.
Yes.
There's a social impact to me, you know, but you know, I mean, I understand, I get it. People want to enjoy themselves. I get it.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, you know, it's you got to deal with the consequences of whatever your decision is, period.
Right.
And don't be looking around crying about it. You know what I'm saying? If you make
what about that prayer in between like you used to do? You recommend that?
Yeah, absolutely. I recommend prayer. But that's just my moral makeup, though.
Right.
Everybody's moral makeup ain't the same, and I get it. I'm you know, tired of debating different relationship stuff, but it is some truism to everything we saying. You know, no matter what TC saying it, you say it's truism because we all experienced it. You know,
absolutely.
So that's all. You know, thanks for having us on the show.
It was awesome, TC.
I want to read a comment.
Go ahead, read a comment.
Why would you tell your mate about an attractive person at your job? That's unnecessary to me. That is a woman talk. You know,
hey, everybody has their opinion.
What I want to say is I appreciate coming on your show.
I'm
Joe
great.
With
I'm
Bob
so glad. Yes.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you so much. I have to do a round 2 with you guys, so I want to do more sex talk, like PG-13 type of
I
thing.
appreciate it, but all I will say is this: if y'all want to wait a year and all that, good luck. No, I'm not waiting at all. I need to know what I'm with. I don't need no secrets. I don't need none of that. So
thank you so much.
Keep it real with me. I don't mind if you had sex with partners. We grown. We've been 47 years on this earth. You done kicked it. Don't come around me like you Claire Huxtable, where you got a little diamond in you. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Well, happy early birthday again.
Oh yeah,
CC. Shout out, happy birthday, happy
Wednesday, I'll be the
birthday, brother.
Getting the dope, the waiting the fofo. I'll be 44.
Yep. Well, I just want to thank Khadijah. And we're gonna wrap up the show. So thank everybody for tuning in. Sister Girl Ray on IntellectualRadio.com. You guys have a good week. Blessings go up. Peace.
Sure tell you how I feel. It's rare that a fella finds a gold mine. Right. And I ain't let go. I'ma hold mine. Had a plethora of chicks, but for her I cut them off. Didn't even hit them a last time. Nah, I was doing shit the past time.